Welcome to Shadow Whisper Stories, a place where ordinary lives collide with moments that never fully make sense. Tonight's video contains 3 true horror stories. No legends, no myths. Just people who experienced something so unsettling they still question it years later. These aren't stories about running or screaming. They're about moments where your body knows something is wrong before your mind can explain why. If you're listening alone, don't pause the video, because silence is when memories tend to come back. Story 1. Someone waited for me after work. I worked closing shifts at a small retail store in suburban Illinois. Nothing about the job was scary. Same routine every night: lock the doors, count the register, walk out to my car. The parking lot sat behind the building, long, narrow, and poorly lit. Most nights I was the last one out. One Thursday night around 10:50 p.m., I stepped outside and immediately noticed how quiet it was. No traffic sounds, no wind, just my footsteps echoing off the pavement. About halfway to my car, I felt that familiar sensation, that feeling of being watched. I turned around. Nothing. But when I looked down at the ground, I noticed something that made my stomach tighten. There were fresh footprints behind me. Not mine. They stopped about 6 feet from my car. I got into my car quickly and locked the doors. That's when I saw movement in my side mirror. A figure standing near the edge of the lot. Not walking, just standing there, facing my car. They were too far away to see a face, but close enough to tell they were watching me. I flashed my headlights. They didn't react. I honked. Nothing. When I shifted into reverse, the figure took one slow step forward, then another. I froze. Every instinct told me not to move, like prey realizing it's already been seen. When I finally sped off, I watched in the mirror. The figure didn't chase me. It simply turned and walked toward the building, toward the unlocked back door. The next day, police checked the security cameras. They found something disturbing. At 10:12 p.m., almost 40 minutes before I left, someone entered the parking lot. They stood behind my car, completely still, for 37 minutes, waiting. The footage cut out before they left the frame. I quit that job. Sometimes I wonder, what would have happened if I'd stayed inside just a few minutes longer? Story 2. I heard my own voice in an empty building. I worked night maintenance at a college campus in Oregon. Old buildings, long hallways. After midnight, the place felt abandoned. Around 2:30 a.m., I was cleaning the 3rd floor of the humanities building when I heard a door close somewhere behind me. I assumed it was air pressure. Then I heard footsteps, matching my pace. I stopped. So did they. That's when I heard it. My voice, calling my name from the end of the hallway. I responded. "Hello?" My voice answered back. Perfectly. Same tone, same hesitation. It repeated exactly what I said. I backed away. The voice followed, always staying just out of sight, mirroring every sound I made, breathing when I breathed, whispering when I whispered. Then it said something I hadn't. "You shouldn't have stayed." The lights flickered, and the hallway went silent. Security reviewed the footage. The camera followed me, but there was another shape behind me, not solid, not fully formed. mimicking my movements, slightly delayed, like an echo that hadn't learned its timing yet. I transferred buildings after that. Some nights, I still hear my voice in places I've never been. Something tested our door every night. My wife and I rented a house in rural Kentucky, surrounded by woods. The first night, around 1 a.m., we heard a soft knock at the front door. Not aggressive, careful. We ignored it. The next night, the knock returned. Same time, same rhythm. 3 taps, always stopping when we approached the door. The knocking continued every night, never earlier, never later, at exactly 1 a.m. One night, I opened the door quickly. Nothing. But the ground was disturbed, like someone had been standing there for a long time, watching, waiting. On our final night before moving out, the knocking changed. It came from the bedroom door, from inside the house. Slow, patient, testing the handle. We left everything behind. The landlord later asked why. We never answered. If these stories disturbed you, it's because they didn't end cleanly. Some experiences don't offer closure. They just stop. Subscribe to Shadow Whisper Stories for more true encounters, unexplainable moments, and stories that don't need monsters to be terrifying. And tonight, when everything is quiet, listen carefully, because sometimes something is listening back.